Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's just awesome that you're tuning in. So in today's video we are going to do a side-by-side comparison with the game Kiddy and the Odroid. Alright, so begin with this video just saying I'm not going to do an in-depth review if it comes to the specifications. I leave that to IT Prime because he's the guy of the chit-chat, of the chips or whatsoever. The reason I make this video is just to explain what are the differences, what are you going to get, and maybe I want just to help you out which one will fit your personal need, because everybody has a personal wishes. And yeah, seeing this thing on a pretty picture, okay, that is very cool, but what are you going to get? Both of them, I did a review about them, and the reason I just wanted to do this side-by-side comparison to give you more an idea, what are you going to get? And is this thing even worth your money? Because this thing is quite expensive. Alright, let's go, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, and become one of the Wicked family, because we're having a lot of great stuff to talk about. Yeah! Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do in comparison is the casing itself. How does it feel? Because you can see that how it looks, but how does it feel? This thing, the Game Kiddy, weighs pretty damn nothing. It's just a very light-weighted handheld. Can be a very positive thing, of course. Compared with the Odroid, this thing weighs quite heavy compared with the game Kiddy, and the main reason is very simple, because of this huge battery. Because what you're going to get is just a shell with a PCB inside and an LCD, of course, and a battery, but you're getting the point. So that's I think the major difference if it comes to the quality of the shell. They're very flimsy, and I think you can hear it. Ugh. I think that is something will not survive your backpack, for example, when you're putting it and you're going to get squeezed. You can touch the LCD and it can break very easily. So that is something you need to take in consideration with these systems. Okay, so let's talk about the Dpad, because these are completely different. So first of all, the Dpad, this thing is a little bit more like a flat Dpad. It has a very nice touch. I love the Dpad of the game Kiddy, and it has a very nice response for shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, fighting games. I love it. Compared with this, let's say, long travel high Dpad, it has a little bit of a curve. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the touch, it has a long travel Dpad. It plays good, but for fighting games and other stuff, I don't know, man. I don't know. I personally prefer the game Kiddy. The analog stick, two different versions. This is more like the PSP version. I don't like the analog stick at all. I'm the Wicked Dpad guy. I love the Dpad. It's on the perfect position for both of the systems, so that's not going to be an issue. Alright, so let's do a side-by-side comparison with the buttons, because here we're having quite some differences. Both have one little speaker. How loud it goes, we're going to find out later on in this video. This thing has a select and start button. I really prefer this over the little rubbery buttons over here. If you look at the buttons, they are a little bit more sturdy, they're a little bit higher. And to be honest, I don't like the touch of it, if you compare it with the Odroid. But with the Odroid, they are short, but as you can see, they are a little bit wiggly and they feel a little bit cheap. So I don't like both of them, to be honest. But if I need to choose, yeah, combined with the Dpad, it will be the game Kiddy. The Odroid is based on a completely different system. So we're having some different options over here, even having the USB connection for using an extra controller, for example. Both have just a single shoulder button. I know for a fact that different models of the Odroid and the game Kiddy having more buttons on the top, so that's very convenient for PlayStation. The on and off switch is over here. We're having an AV out, for example, and here we have the CF slot. What I really don't like about the OGA or the Odroid Go Advance is that you're having the SD card over here. I wouldn't say it will fall out, but I don't like this. If you accidentally touch it, it will eventually fall off. Here, there it goes. Doggy is happy outside. Yep, doggy is happy. He's very happy now. Alright, so let's talk about the software, because here we're going to get the biggest difference. Because this thing is running on, let's say, similar software like the Raspberry Pi. And personally, I don't like it, to be honest, because with the Raspberry Pi, it's not that convenient to add new games. Some will disagree. There are some couple of ways, I know how. But for the people who are just basically want to have a system like this and just play some games, it is not that convenient. But if you're configuring it, and you can play some amazing games, and as you can see, it comes in this very nice LCD display. If you look at the software itself, to be honest, I really love the Game Kiddy with the open dinguks. Both of them, let's say, have the support to run up to PlayStation 1 if it comes to the power. With the Odroid, we're having the option to even install some Dreamcast and PSP. So far I know, the emulators, when making this video compare, they are not optimal. So they will not run perfectly at all. Maybe in the future they will improve it, especially the Sega Dreamcast. So you have a little bit more compatibility if it comes to the Odroid. But nevertheless, let's talk about the Game Kiddy, because I think for the people who are just new to the channel or new to this product, this can be very interesting. As you can see, with pressing the shoulder buttons, you can move to the next menu. And as you can see, we're having emulators, we're having games, so it's basically freeware, like Free Doom, for example. There are a lot of great stuff with the open dinguks. There is a great community. It's very easy to add games. Basically what you need to do is pull out the SD card, put in an SD card, and it will recognize, and you can basically add your games, add your files, and etc. And it is very easy to do. Alright, so both games run pretty good. So then what we're going to do, let's play a little bit and let's have some fun. And then we're going to make the final conclusion.
Watch those barriers. They'll only slow you down.
Alright, so here in side-by-side comparison with the PlayStation 1, the Destruction Derby, one of my favorite games. But by the way, the first game that I ever played on the PlayStation 1. Did notice that the colors are a little bit different with the Game Kiddy. But as you can see with PlayStation 1, you will not have any issues with both systems. They are powerful enough to run them, so that is very cool. Alright, so this is what we're going to get with both systems. So if you look at the build quality, they are basically the same, a little bit flimsy. I really prefer the controls of the Game Kiddy because the Dpad plays very nice. But don't get me wrong, the Odroid is not bad at all. It feels a little bit flimsy, but it's okay. The displays, they have a little bit of different colors. I find this thing more bluish than the Game Kiddy version. But it's more the question, what road you want to go through? You want to go to the open dinguks and have all of those little privileges, or you just want to have this more like a Raspberry Pi lookalike system. Nevertheless, we're having way better support. If the PSP and Dreamcast runs better, then this thing has a big advantage over the Game Kiddy. But if you just want to play the old stuff, it's all up to you. I hope you have a better idea. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, give this video a thumb up, hit the little bell, and we'll see you in the next video.